I'm going to go ahead and strip some things. So if you guys see my class before, I like to prep some of the stuff. Just kind of open it. Thing will be here, open it. Alright. Make sure everything is, I like to keep everything inside the cravat just so it doesn't touch dirt. If this falls and it touches the dirt, do you think that's still good to give the patient without causing further harm?
No.
Negative. They have a little process to your whole little task. You know, like I usually like to put tape on there. I usually have this on my IV bag or in the A bag. But once again, you can't write anything on there. So. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe the site that I selected. Okay? So look for your site. Just go where all the needle sticks are. Alright? Don't go where there aren't because there probably isn't a vein there. Alright? So identify the site. Okay, I'm going to go right here. Alright? And then start in the middle and you're going to work your way outwards in a big, large circle. Okay? Do not go back across and wipe. Alright? That's going to be no-go. Start from the middle, big circle, all the way out. Get rid of that. Okay? I got my site. Take your catheter. It's for your deck, no burst, rust, or anything like that. Alright, hold it like this. Okay, 3 fingers out the side. Gently press down the skin below the site, kind of stretching it out, holding that thing steady so it doesn't roll on you. And then you're just gonna, I like to use these fingers as a guide. Okay? Don't prod and poke the person or the arm with the needle trying to find your site. You know, you're not looking at it by touch, you're looking at it by sight. Okay? If you touch and you go and place in a location, you're gonna be a no-go. Alright? When I classify that as further harm to the casualty. Alright? So I have my site where I want it. Basically I'm just gonna go a 45-degree angle and then where I stick is where I'm gonna go, alright? So I'm gonna advance until you see a what?
Flash.
Flash. Okay, so you're looking for the flash right here, correct? So you're looking for flash, I'm looking for flash, and they're gonna tell you, okay, you have a flash. And you're gonna go ahead and bring the needle parallel to the arm, and you're gonna advance the needle a little bit more, and then you're gonna go ahead and advance the catheter, and then for some reason this is fighting me, so. Flash, I'm gonna advance lower, advance the needle in just a little bit, and then you're gonna advance the catheter in. Right, and you're gonna go ahead and occlude the vein and maintain control of the hub, okay? You take that, sharps, alright, and then next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your thing, which I didn't prep properly, because see what hard time I'm having now? Do not use your teeth, right? And then you're just gonna thread that on there, okay? Still maintaining control. Get some tape. And you're gonna secure the hub and the thing locked together, just like that on the arm. It doesn't have to be completely around. Don't make it a tourniquet, but you still want to be able to see the insert the side, all right? All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna test out my seam lock, make sure I have it in the vein, right? Fix lock Carlos. Just keep it straight. Alright, so make sure you don't do that, alright? You can do it. Usually after you put it in, before you put a catheter in there, is when you want to do the tourniquet, alright? But make sure you keep that pressure on there. So I got my fluid out. If you haven't done so, you can check for depth, make sure it's all good. Yep.
Supposed to do hospital policy in that, but this makes absolutely zero sense in the flow of things.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get my my fluid ready. Just check my filtration. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the diaphragm or the what you call it, seam lock, and I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this one as well. Here, right there, the diaphragm. I know it doesn't, I don't think it says to wipe this one. I just do it just because that's how I was taught. Add it. Alright. These are paper, so you can't push them through. This is not paper, so you have to put them through. Alright. So you got a 5 cc's of fluid, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. So you got a 10 millimeter syringe, so you're only going to use 5 cc's, okay? Go ahead and open it up, and then without recontaminating that little diaphragm, you're just going to insert. I'm going to draw 5 cc's. That's it. Okay. I'll have to do the whole thing. 5 cc's right there. Next what I'm going to do is I already wiped both locations, so I'm going to go ahead and just take control of that, and I'm going to go ahead and insert the needle in there. Once again, this is not meant to whatever. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and flush, and I'm looking for what?
Infiltration.
Signs of infiltration, right? Alright, you have no signs of infiltration is what your instructor is going to say. Okay? So at this time, I've given saline lock. It's good. But he's showing some signs he's going to get shocked. So this time I'm going to tell the patient, hey, listen, you still, your signs are still bad. You know, you're weak and fretty, you know, you're pale, cool, nephritic, all this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to initiate, I'm going to give you some fluids, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 500 milliliters of Hexten, right? Monitor you for 30 minutes. If you don't improve, I'm going to give you another 500 milliliters of Hexten, not to exceed a 1 liter of Hexten. Alright? That's part of T for shock. Alright? So at this time I'm going to go ahead and prep my fluid. So before you stick the next catheter in, you're just going to prep your bag and your IV fluid. Right? So you got your IV fluids. So with this one here, just push it all the way down until you get out of. You can't go any further, but it's supposed to be 6 to 8 inches from the chamber, okay? As long as you're verbalizing, hey, 6 to 8 inches from the chamber and you do it, you're fine. If it's like 2 feet from the chamber or right against the chamber, you're probably going to get a gig for that. But as long as you're verbalizing, you keep it within that distance, you're going to be fine, all right? So once again, make sure this is not dangling in the dirt or anything like that. Usually I just put it back in the bag. Right? So, very important, before you spike the bag, make sure that you lock your lock mechanism, okay? The reason why is once you spike the bag, touch the bag, right? And you flip it, the fluid's not going anywhere, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna squeeze the chamber, probably about 2.5 times or so. You're gonna fill the chamber halfway. Okay? You don't have to get a measuring stick or anything like that, man. It's just, hey, I'm filling the tube or the chamber halfway. Okay, boom. Now you notice no fluid's flowing yet, right? Because I have a stopper, and there's a reason for that. Now I have to go ahead and bleed out all the air from the line. So once I open it up, you're gonna see that. I don't know, there's something cool about this. It's kind of calm to me, you know, watching that air just escape out of there. But once all the air is out, you're going to go ahead and clamp it shut. If you do this in reverse, if you don't lock this in, and you go ahead and spike the bag in there, that fluid's going to start flowing down because there's nothing stopping that air from escaping. And then what's going to happen is that fluid's going to go down, it's not going to fill the chamber, and then you're going to have air bubbles all throughout your line. And then you're going to spend about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, trying to bleed the rest of the stuff. And what you're doing essentially is you're wasting vital fluid that patient needs to get. So, in order to avoid that headache, just do like I did and you go, alright? And then you're going to place this about 2 to 4 feet off the patient's head, 2 feet off the patient's head. Alright? So, if you have a tree nearby, hang on a tree. Don't try and grow a tree in the middle of the site. Right? I've seen it. Alright? If the patient has a weapon, you can put it on top of the weapon and lean it against something. Right? About 2 feet above the patient's head. Alright? So we're going to set that to the side. I think it says we have to wipe it again. I wiped it once already. I'm gonna wipe it again just because I'm paranoid like that for feed testing purposes only. But it does state to wipe it. I mean, we wiped it once, but it doesn't hurt to wipe it again. When you're out there, you can ask that question. You know, hey, if I wiped it once, we need to wipe it again. You only stuck it. You stuck it with the sterile needle. Technically, you shouldn't have to re-wipe it again, but make sure you ask that question. Okay. So you take your catheter out, your leaky gauge catheter. You're going to take control of the hub, and then you're going to insert that needle through the diaphragm. I'm saying this is not meant to take a needle, so we're going to include the vein, okay? Because you have an open port again, right? If you let go, blood doesn't come out. And you're going to grab your line, and then you're going to thread it in there. Okay. Place. Piece of tape, and I'll loop it around the extremity. So it's just grab it like this. It's gonna wedge.
Just on.
You're gonna loop it around the extremity, all right? Crap. Let's say how to tape it. It's just tape it, alright? So I made the loop, alright? Now it's up to you if you want to do the window now or later. As long as you put a 2x2 window on there. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and lift my fluids 2 feet up, right? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to look for normal flow. Make sure that the fluid is flowing, is dripping, is flowing, and I'm going to make sure I have no signs of infiltration as well. Okay? So, and then instructor will prompt you with, hey, there are no signs of infiltration, or you have normal flow, so on and so forth. Okay? And for whatever reason you did something wrong, right? And the instructor doesn't prompt you with those things. Alright, so he'll prompt you with no sign of infiltration no matter what you did, if you screwed up or not. But if he tells you, if he doesn't say normal flow, it should kind of key you in, I messed something up. You gotta plug it in, because I've seen it. You know, you're so in, you know, in the moment, you're a million things going in your mind. Slow down, take a deep breath, because I've seen it where people didn't have this in the catheter, right? They let go of the catheter, they had open the catheter on there, and then they're checking for flow, they're checking for sound filtration, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, and then I'm gonna say shit because they haven't done it properly. Because if I prompt them, they're gonna tell me, "Oh, I did it properly." So just make sure you're doing everything. Take it slow as fast, right? Smooth, whatever. I can't remember that.